And she is chilling with her homegirl, Nia.
Oh, Lord, I'm all thrown off tonight. I'm chilling my homegirl.
Nia, what's up? It's another Wednesday. We're back here in the building.
Yes.
And we're going to get into some tea.
And some things.
And
But before we get started,
we are going to shout out our sponsor here.
Lucky Coin.
Here in Atlanta, Georgia, Lucky Coin. If you have a small business you want to grow, hit us up, and we'll let you know how Lucky Coin can get you there in a major way.
Some more coins.
Yeah.
Some Lucky Coins.
Lucky Coin. For sure. Shout out to our sponsor.
Yes. So what we got going on this week?
All right. So exciting for me. I loved it. You probably didn't watch it yet because I know you.
Well,
but anyway, so it happened, 2 Chainz, and I want to say Neo was on this episode too.
Oh, BMF. Yes, I did watch it last night at 2 o'clock in the morning.
And Lil Baby, and they did a great job. They did their thing.
They did.
Yeah, I think they didn't.
I ain't mad at it.
And no, I haven't heard any negativity, but I warned y'all.
I ain't mad about it.
Yeah, they did good. 2 Chainz did. He seemed like he had a little more of a role, but he did.
I mean,
phenomenal.
he's playing the role of the role he been playing.
the rapper villain. Is he playing Titty Boy?
he playing Titty Boy 2 Chainz.
Nah, but they both did a really good job. Was Neo on that episode?
Yeah. He got beat up.
Oh, in the car with the girl.
Yes.
Okay. he got beat up. I mean, he did phenomenal. But Neo's been in movies before.
Yeah, I like Neo. And now I do feel like the character is a little outside of like Kim. But I think he's doing a good job. Yeah, I ain't mad at it.
Yeah,
I ain't mad at it at all.
I don't think none of them flopped. I think 2 Chainz was great.
Yeah,
Lil Baby did good. He had speaking role too.
Yeah, small.
Yeah, small, but he was just Lil Baby chilling, just like he do, chilling.
That's right.
In the cut, chilling. So love that, and if you guys haven't seen it, definitely check it out because we gotta support our artists.
Yes.
Transitioning.
Especially our ATLians.
ATLians.
What
and
up?
Speaking of ATLians.
Your boy, Usher. Is that who we talk about?
No. Oh my God. But yes, Usher. Oh my God. I ain't even gonna get into Usher, but his shows is basically. I went to get a suite for his show because I was just going to do a special thing and invite my closest girls out and just come. And I'm on a waiting list. And I got pulled in the arena, okay?
What? Don't tell.
That was for August, so they got to get back with me.
She was doing it for my birthday, guys. I feel like this is what was going to happen. So that was going to be my first time seeing Usher, and then I was going to still go see him in October.
Yeah, so August, as I'm told right now, I'm shut down on a sold out, but I'm on a list, and I'm on a very special list.
More to come.
More to come.
More to come.
Yeah, for sure. But anyway, no, I was going to start on the 21st. Which is like tomorrow, right? Is today the 20th? Yeah. Okay.
And look, we're both thrown off.
Yeah, on the 21st, guys, Hulu will be airing ATL's own Freaknik. They did? Okay, so the producers are a bunch of great producers, but Jermaine Dupri is in there, and I feel like he should have been because nobody could tell the story better than him, right?
Me?
For sure.
Because I was out on the street like, yeet. And I remember when the cars was stopped on 75 and like you could definitely get out, get on your hood and start booty shaking. Like I was definitely a part of that movement. Okay.
Good
Definitely.
Lord.
Definitely.
But this story is going to be so good of how it started. And people was coming from every single city. I would come down from New Orleans. Me and my girls would pack up. We would come in the Freaknik. And we wanted to see some ATL, bounce, baby, bounce.
And see, my family from ATL, so y'all already know what time it is over here on this side.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
I mean, you know, we got some Grady babies up in our family.
Grady baby. But anyway, it was interesting. Because 21 Savage is one of the producers too, so of course, online people had stuff to say. They were kind of like,
you
I
wasn't even
understand
born.
Jermaine, but
Like, you
21.
wasn't even, you
But
wasn't
I think
even
21
born,
just
though.
bringing the bag. He bringing the bag, I think.
Right. Well, Jermaine could bring the bag.
Well, yeah, Jermaine's got the bag. For sure.
Right. And I mean, the thing is, 21 Savage wasn't even a like I always tell my daughter, a glimmer in his parents' eye when we was doing Freaknik. The real way.
The real way.
The real way.
Well,
not the fake way, because, you know, Freaknik really went downhill about 2000. I mean, really about 99 it really started going downhill. It wasn't really like the same Freaknik like the 90s Freaknik. Like back in the Bill Campbell days.
Lord, Shantae's telling her age.
And back in the Bill Campbell, if anybody knows who Bill Campbell is,
I know. Is that bad?
yeah. He was the mayor of Atlanta back then, so yeah.
Lord. All right,
In the
so
Shirley Franklin days.
y'all got to definitely tune in because we're going to talk about it. You know we have to talk about it. I'm excited to see it.
I'm
Hopefully
scared to
we
see
don't
it.
see,
Hopefully we
don't see Shantae on there. Lord, because we just might. Now y'all be looking for Shantae.
Listen.
Short woman on top of a truck shaking that.
Listen. My cousins back then. I had one cousin that went to Morris Brown,
Okay.
and then my other cousin went to Clark.
Okay.
And they were like older cousins of mine, so they were like 3 or 4 years older than me. So then, you know, I was like a jit. I was a young person, and I was going to their college dorms.
Okay.
And my cousin, he was a Kappa.
All
So
right.
it's like, just to help you understand like where I was at with it. Okay. I'm excited.
All right. Well, yeah, Shantae was all in it, y'all. All up in it.
Right.
All right, so moving on, we got to get to my peeps. Lord have mercy. So, we all know that Tammy Rivera and Waka Flocka Flame
Waka Flocka Flame.
has been, they've been either divorced or going through a divorce or whatever, because all kind of other stuff is coming out now.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, he and she have both moved on.
Mm.
Okay? And so last week,
Mm-hmm.
Tammy took to the blogs and, you know, her and Waka Flocka's new girlfriend, Mel, or she go under Beauty and Brains, whatever. That's her social media. They went at it. And I hate that.
Stop. Just stop. Just stop, ladies. You just really embarrassing yourselves. It's all right.
I know, because they're both beautiful ladies.
It really makes no sense.
I mean, of course, I'm Team Tam, but I mean, you know, that's my
I'm not
that's my
about to-
peep. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm
but
not
that
about
is
to
my
fight
peep.
over no dude
But anyway,
on social media.
um,
That's gonna be no.
so of course, the whole world got to get involved. So some people have been for sure taken up for Tammy, like, girl, you too pretty. You don't need to, you know, come like that. That's not even Tammy's character. So I will for personally say that about her. That's not her character to even be fighting with no woman or whatever. So I'm sure that somebody came for her and she was just defending herself.
Girl,
it's not her
like
character.
Beyonce, she don't even respond. You don't even deserve a response.
I love the no response.
Yeah, I'm
But-
not even gonna give you a response, girl. You ain't even worth my time.
I think that for social media, sometimes it gets so hard
Yeah,
that it's hard to not
respond.
respond, you know, and then whatever. But anyway, people have been saying, you know, so it's been back and forth with the fans. They've been saying, oh, Tammy need to just let him go, leave it alone. He's moved on, new girlfriend, blah, 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 blah. And I can assure y'all this is not Tammy coming for her, for sure. But, because I know her personally, and that's not even her character. And you guys seen her character on Love and Hip Hop. She don't start shit. She just finish it.
That
for
part.
sure. For sure. She not no punk. She ain't gonna let nobody come at her. But also too, a lot of her fans been kind of taking up for her and saying, you know, like, Tammy's moved on. She's not worried about this stuff or whatever, you know. They do have a daughter together. Well, it's not Waka's biological daughter, but he raised her here in Atlanta. So they do, you know, still have business. I mean, Charlie is still in his life. So
Ladies, get
y'all
it together.
leave it alone,
Look,
okay?
ladies, get it together and stop beefing, please.
yeah, y'all just leave it alone, the blogs.
Yeah.
And the people and the fans.
Don't give the people what they want.
Yeah,
Don't
because
give
they're
them what they
looking for the negativity in it. But yeah, we are going to go ahead and get into our topic of the day. And Shantae is going to take us there.
Have you ever been in a situation where there have been red flags, right? Like you see something happening and you're like, I don't know about that. And you might look past it, but then you gotta come back to it and you're like, oh. At what point do you kind of have to address the red flags, the big elephants in the room? At what point are you having to address these red flags? How long do you let it go on before you actually address the red flags?
So, red flags should for sure be addressed, okay? But sometimes you're in too deep and it's way too late. You know, kind of like, you know, I think even Portia's situation, she probably saw red flags along the way, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But then she was in too deep, married, per se.
So here's what I would say. We all have, especially women, we all have like intuition, right? That gut feeling in your stomach when something just does not add up, right? And I think sometimes we try to ignore it because we're trying to have the best of a situation, right? And so you ignore that little pit in your stomach that's telling you something is not right. So a lot of times I feel like it starts within to say, to kind of say, okay, something doesn't seem right. Let me keep my eye on this.
Okay.
And then and to me, at least for me, as soon as I can definitively have concrete evidence that this is really a problem for me, then I think that is like the point where you need to address it. Like I feel like if you feel something, you shouldn't ignore how you feel.
Right. But I will say that there has been times that I thought I saw a red flag and and it was nothing.
And you acted on it and then it ended up being nothing.
It ended up being nothing. So I think when you kind of go through stuff like that and
it makes you second guess yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I could see how people can ignore red flags.
Yeah.
You know, because when it's all said and done, us as humans, what do we always say? Well, all the red flags was there. I don't know why I didn't act on them. But when you've kind of, I mean, I for sure have been through, situations where it's a red flag. I've dug all the way into my red flag, and it was like literally nothing.
And one other thing that I do tend to do, especially if I feel like there's a red flag, right? And I think that I've done my research or whatever, I'll go to somebody that I really respect their opinion.
Okay.
And just kind of tell them the general situation and give them the facts that I feel like I have. And I try to get somebody I feel does not think exactly like me, but I still trust their opinion. Because I think that a different perspective sometimes gives you the clarity that you might be looking for.
Yeah.
Oftentimes I have a friend that's we're very, very close, but the way that we think is so starkly different.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever I am out something that, it seems like a red flag to me, they'll say, "Oh, that's not a big deal." When to me, it was like I felt like the end of the world was happening. And so when they give me their perspective, it's kind of like, "Oh, okay, I never really thought about it like that."
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And so then I'm able to kind of dissipate that red flag because I was able to get an opinion that was not similar to my own. So I think that's another thing that we tend to do
Excuse
is
me.
sometimes you're around too many like-minded individuals.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you're getting your feedback, they think just like you. So if you're telling them how you feel, 9 chances out of 10 they're gonna feel that same way
Right.
because
Right.
y'all already kind of think similarly. So sometimes it's kind of nice to have somebody in your corner who has a different perspective.
Absolutely. Yes. And I think that too, another thing. So for me, because I've identified red flags that wasn't red flags, when I start to see multiples,
Yeah. Yeah.
more than one,
Yeah.
more than two,
Yeah.
that's when we got to start addressing some
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
and dissecting this thing because, I do, and as women, for us, I don't know, I can't speak for a man because, I'm sure it's the same way, but once you're in too deep, you're in too deep.
Yeah.
And it's like, fuck, all the red flags were there. I just did not address them. I just, kept thinking it was nothing, it was nothing, it was nothing.
Or I was
So
gonna
now
move
it's
past it.
boom, it's something.
And sometimes the red flags are not necessarily bad things, but just things that you may not want to deal with.
Right, yeah. Well,
It doesn't always have to be like a situation where, they said that they was rich and really they was poor, but it could be as simple as, every time this person comes in the house, they throw their shoes right in front of the door. And for me, that might have been a red flag that, okay, maybe they're not quite as tidy as I thought that they were.
yeah.
And so is that a deal breaker for me? Is that a red flag that's a deal breaker?
Right, yeah.
So, and then you just start seeing little things here and there because let me tell you, tidy does not just happen because you didn't do one thing. It's a series of things that you don't do that makes you untidy.
Right.
And so when you see those small little red flags, like, oh, they left the cap off the toothpaste, or oh, they left their shoes, it's back in the middle of the floor, or every time they come in the house, they throw their jacket over the side of the couch. Well, if you do all of these small things, those are all little tiny red flags that equal up to you don't clean up really for real.
Yeah. And there's a lot of people that can't be with a
somebody who's real messy or
nasty.
junky.
Yeah, just
Or
nasty.
well, here's the thing, because to me, there's levels of mess, right? Because you could be a person and like your house, like the floors are not dirty, you don't have dishes in the sink, but you got a lot of stuff all over the place.
Yeah.
Like you just got too much stuff.
Yeah.
And I've seen people like that, and I'm like, I can't deal with that either.
Yeah, no.
It's like, I can't. There was somebody I knew, and their house, like, the cleaning part, it was always immaculate. But they had so many dishes that they couldn't all fit in the cabinet. So they always had piles of dishes on their counters.
Yeah, no. No.
And because they had so many clothes, they had clothing racks all in their living room because they didn't have enough places to hang their clothes up.
So no.
It was just too much. And I'm just like, I don't understand how you're living like this.
So the question is, can you ignore? Should you? Should you ignore?
I feel like you shouldn't. You shouldn't settle because that's, to me, that's a piece of happiness for you.
Yeah, ignore red flags that can accumulate to,
A big problem. I don't
a
feel
huge
like
problem.
you should ever do that. Like I said.
And it's hard because some red flags, like for instance, like I know people that meet people, right? And they say, well, they don't have any social media at all. That's a red flag to me. So for me, that wouldn't be a red flag. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. But there are people that's like, if
you don't have
they
social
meet
media.
somebody and they don't have any type of social media, not even none.
My mom don't have no social media.
And thank God she married, because to some men that might be a red flag. Like, what is it that you're hiding? So that's what I'm saying. It's hard to address these red flags, and because you could make a big deal out of something like that.
That's nothing.
That's nothing.
It's like, I'm just private. I'm not interested. Like, some people, they have social media just to look at other people's social media.
Yeah, I know. I know a lot of people like that.
I'm just kidding.
I know a lot of people like
stuff.
that.
I do post stuff sometimes. Clearly, I'm on tea and things.
But yeah, I do think that once you start seeing like major red flags, and you need to know what your majors are. Like for me, like what Shantae was talking about, being, if you
messy,
dirty. I mean, I could take if my man come home and leave his shoes or whatever, but no, we can't do dirty.
What'd you say?
We can't do dirty. That's another story. Okay, but
yeah, I think my deal breakers are like if you're messy in my space. Like if you have your own space, your own little room, and if you want to keep that room filthy, as long as I ain't gotta see it, I don't care. As long as there's no funk coming out of there or nothing like that.
I can't even go there.
It's like that. If that's how you choose to live your life, okay. But as long as my space is not affected by it,
and that's good. But
I mean, because I feel like you can't change people, so you have to know if that's like a deal.
Right, the red flags. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like you get with somebody and you're like, oh my God, every weekend, this person that I'm dating or whatever get like
sloppy
drunk every weekend. That's your weekend thing. But then once you get with them and now you're in a relationship or getting married, getting engaged, whatever, we're there. Now you want to tell them.
Yeah.
Well, the red flags was, now that you want to tell them about the drinking.
Well, they was always doing that.
They was always doing that, and the red flag for it was there. It was just happening on the weekend because you were only there on the weekend.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Point.
So you need to find out what's important to you and address the important red flags.
Yeah.
Like social media for me wouldn't be an important one, but like drinking or like every time I see you, you got $500 worth of scratch offs or just like you're missing from the hours of 9 at night till
I think
11 at night. We might have to do some discussing about that.
I think my red flags would be lying. Like that's not something I can deal with.
Okay.
Like whatever it is, just tell me the truth. So and those are like red flags. Like if I say, oh, where were you? And you tell me that you was at Kroger, but you was really at Publix. Why?
Yeah.
Like, and those are just like little small things that it's like, okay, but why? You're just trying to, because to me, it's like you're trying to tip your toe in the water. Because listen. And if y'all know me, my husband's on the tracker, okay? So ain't no lying going on with us. I want to know where you at. I'm going to pull up my phone. I'm going to search you up. And you better be where you said you was.
Boom, mic check right there.
And I tell him, I'm like, hey, I was tracking you earlier You look like you was at such and such. You like, yeah. He don't care. He like, whatever. Your ass is crazy anyway. I knew you was tracking me. But that could have been a red flag for him. Like, she's crazy. She wants to track me all the time.
Yeah, it could be a red flag.
But he's completely fine with it. I guess our crazies match.
Good Lord. Good Lord. Well, y'all, we're going to go ahead and get into our 5-minute tip.
And I actually have one.
Boom. Shantae's got one.
So, I'm so excited whenever I get an email from my credit card companies that tell me that they have these special cashback deals or special like deals where if you select this particular store, you get 5% cash back on your purchase. That is very, very helpful to keep those and like kind of watch what's going on with your credit cards. They give so many good deals like that. And listen, especially if you're trying to buy something that is, that costs any amount of money, like large amount of money, I always look for those credit cards that are going to give me a deal that is going to give me cash back. Like, it's one thing to get perks and all of that, but for me, it's the cash back because,
right.
Like, so for instance, I bought some tickets to go see Usher. The tickets were an undisclosed price that was over $1,000, maybe over $2,000. We ain't gonna talk about that, okay? And on those tickets, I ended up getting back $300.
Wow.
Because of the cash back rewards and buying through Ticketmaster.
Wow.
And so it was really like a great, great deal for me to get the tickets on a 0% interest card with cash back. So that actually gave me a discount on my tickets.
Wow, that's a good point. Yeah, and I do notice that I'll get, some of my cards sometimes will send me Home Depot, things like that. So if I got to go buy something anyway, why not get the cash back, even if it's $5? Like,
right.
I'm buying it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So I would just say, when you're doing a little bit of shopping, I mean, this is definitely not saving you money up front, but you do get that back end money. So it's like you got a discount anyway. So I urge you guys. And normally when they give you your cash back, it's monthly.
Yeah.
So it's not like you got to wait till the end of the year to get your money back. So you buy your tickets, you buy your whatevers, and you get this nice little bonus to come back to you.
Right. Yeah, so for sure. If you're going to buy it anyway and you got the card that's giving you cash back, use it.
Yeah, especially if you have the option to use cash versus using your card that's going to give you money back, use your card and pay it right off.
There you go. Boom. We just saved you guys money.
Mm-hmm.
Time.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe not so much time, but it's definitely saving you money. So that's our time.
All right. Well, we will see you guys next